Hello, friends. Once again, I welcome all of you to my Indie Technical Solution channel. Myself, Dr. Vikas, and I have more than 10 years of experience in the technical education field, as well as I'm working in the IT industry from last 6 years. So, while working in the IT industry from last 6 years, I'm working on the different ETL projects, and my job role is the data analytics engineer. So, while working on the different ETL projects, I have used number of different kind of tools. Okay, and same kind of tools which I have used during my 6 years of experience in the ETL field, I'm going to share with all of you today. So I hope uh, whatever experience I'm going to share with you, so this will definitely help you. So in short, I'm going to explain about these tools, and if you guys are interested in to do your career in the ETL field as a data analytics engineer, so this will definitely help you. Okay, so let's start with a number of tools. So in my 6 years of career, I have done more than 15 projects in the field of ETL. So that includes the migration projects as well as the fresh development projects. So first of all, in the field of ETL, the most popular tool which is being used is the Informatica PowerCenter, and its modern cloud version is Informatica Intelligent Cloud Services. So I use these tools, for end-to-end mapping development under the ETL development. So using this tool, you can develop the different kind of mappings, transformations like lookup, joiner, aggregator, expression, union, target, etc. Okay. So these two important tools are there, which is being popularly used. First is the legacy tool, that is Informatica Power Center, and nowadays, from last number of I think 5 to 6 years, its cloud version is in the market. So that is the Informatica Intelligent Cloud Services. So using these tools, we can handle the different kind of logic as well as the different error handling, and we can do the performance tuning with the help of the different transformation. So whatever things we were able to do in the Informatica Power Center, same we can do in the IICS, but there are some modern features are there, cloud features are there, which definitely benefits the clients. Okay. So related with this, I have already made the detailed video regarding the ETL or regarding the Informatica in my previous video. Okay, so you can watch that. Okay, so this is the first tool, that is Informatica Power Center and the ISS. So mainly this is used for the ETL development purpose. Okay. Now next technology we can say that is the PLSQL, and this is generally the query and the procedural language using which we can write the different queries to do the analysis on your database, do the data validation, okay, as well as the doing the performance optimization. So while working in the ETL, the two important things you must be aware. One is the this ETL tools, and second is the um, SQL language. Okay, because this is the language using which you can communicate with your database. You can handle the different operation with your database like insert, update, delete. There are number of detailed DML things are there. So that this is the most important thing. Okay, so this is the second technology which generally you should able to use when you are working in the ETL projects. Okay, use this particular language SQL generally used to write the queries, in the ETL projects. So query using the SQL queries, we can write the whatever the logic you want to whatever the logic you want to write to fetch the data, or to do the different operation on the data, as well as after completing the writing, after completion of writing the queries, and after loading the data into the database. So using you should know the SQL, not just to write the queries to fetch the data and do all this kind of thing, but also you should have the knowledge of SQL, to do the data validation after loading the data. Okay, this simply for the what you can say, to testing your testing the data after loading the data into the database. Okay, so SQL is important for SQL logic development as well as for the testing purpose. So this is the second tool. Then third one is the Snowflake database. Okay, we can call it as a cloud data warehouse also. So this generally get used, for the storage and the fast analysis purpose, as well as the processing the structure and the semi-structured data. So nowadays, most of the clients are uh, using the Snowflake database, as it is the cloud version of database, and it's a more fast as compared with the existing and the traditional database. So if you want to make career in the ETL field, you should aware about this Snowflake data warehouse on the database system. Okay, so there are many features about this. So if you want, I can make the separate video on this. You can comment regarding this. Okay. So next is another existing or traditional database. We have the SQL Server. So this is also the relational database using which you can, you can store the data, manage data, and query the structured data for reporting and the analytics purpose. So while you are working in the fresh development ETL project, migration development project, if you are using, if the client is having the SQL Server database for their existing data handling projects, and they might be want to switch to the Snowflake server or Snowflake database, then you should aware about the how the SQL server database works as well as how the Snowflake database works. Okay, so this is the one of the relational database I have used in my projects. Then Oracle, all of you must be aware, this is the uh, traditional relational database generally used for similar kind of purpose, like uh, storing the data, managing data, and handling the different complex SQL, PLSQL operations. Okay, so this also I have used in my number of projects. Then there is a one more database, okay, which I have used in my one migration project. So that is the Teradata and the Teradata Vantage. So Teradata and Teradata Vantage is same. So Teradata Vantage is just another version of Teradata, where if you want to process the large amount of data with the faster performance, then you can go for the Teradata Vantage database. So this is another tool which I use in my one of the migration project. Okay. So then another important thing which is related with the scripting. So that is the shell scripting. Okay, or it is also called as a bash scripting also. So most of the client generally prefer the this shell scripting skills. Okay, which generally works on the Unix operating system. So in my projects, I have used the shell scripting, to write the script for automating the ETL workloads, as well as for the file handling, job monitoring, error alerts on the Unix server, etc. Okay. So also I have used the shell scripting, to performing some post operation, like uh, once the file is once the file get processed, the client might be expecting that that file should be get deleted. So in order to remove that file, also we can write the shell script. So there are many operation using which uh, the ETL projects works with the help of the shell scripting. So I have used the shell scripting for the different purpose. So in this video, I am just briefing you about the tools. If you want the detail how the shell scripting get utilized in the ETL projects, you can comment in the comment section. Then I will try to make the separate video on the use of shell scripting in the ETL projects. Okay. Then next mostly utilized tool is the Autosys. So generally, Autosys is utilized for the job scheduling purpose. So if you want to schedule your ETL workflows, like schedule in the sense, suppose you want to run your workflow uh, every day in the evening. So that kind of need you can definitely complete using the Autosys. So Autosys is generally scheduling tool using which you can automate and manage different ETL job execution. Also, you can manage the different dependency. Like once the fourth workflow got executed, then you might want to execute the eight, like that kind of things. Okay, so Autosys provides the different kind of features. Mainly, it is used for the job scheduling purpose. Okay, then like the Autosys, there is a one more tool for the job scheduling, that is the Jig tool. So this also I use in my one of the migration project. So this is also used to manage the the jobs and schedule the jobs or the workflows. Okay, in the different ETL enterprise environments. Okay, so this is also used in most of the project. So then next I have used the WinSCP tool. So this is the also in whatever projects I have done, in every project this tool is being utilized. So mainly the WinSCP tool is generally used for the for the file transfer. So file transfer from where to where? File transfer from your local system to the Unix server, or if you want to copy the file from Unix server to your local system, this WinSCP tool generally get utilized. So mostly I have used these tools in every project. So for example, in ETL projects, you have to use the parameter files, to automate the or to provide a flexibility to your mappings, and as well as uh, to make your mapping dynamics or to make your job dynamics. So in order to do this, uh, you can parameterize your code and you can create the parameter file to give value to your parameters. Okay, so to edit this kind of parameter files, or to check where the target files get created, as well as to place your source file from your local system to the servers. So for all this purpose, there is a this important tool, that is a WinSCP tool is get utilized. So basically, you can keep in mind this is to copy the file from your local server to the Unix server and Unix server to the local server. So once you make the changes to your file on your local system, then you can easily transfer your file to the Unix server. So that is the use of the WinSCP tool. Okay. Then another important tool along with the WinSCP, which commonly get utilized, that is the PuTTY. So this is the terminal tool. Terminal tool in the sense you can connect with your server, and uh, you can make the operation, you can make the changes in your file directly from the PuTTY command utility. Okay. Also, using this PuTTY command utility, generally, I have used this PuTTY tool. Suppose what happened when you run the ETL operation and you load the data into the target file. Sometimes that file size used to be very huge, like 8 GB, 10 GB. So you cannot open that file and you cannot analyze the data, or you cannot search for the particular data that you want. So in that case, PuTTY allow you to, to write the some short shell script, okay, one line shell script, and using that you can easily analyze your data. You can search whatever things you want to search in your that your data file. Okay, so the file which you cannot open, which are the huge size file, that you can easily analyze with the help of the PuTTY by writing the short commands or short shell scripts. Okay, so then next one is the Bitbucket. So this is also the most commonly used tool. So Bitbucket generally used for the version control system. Okay, version control system in the sense what? Suppose what happens in case of any IT projects, number of developers used to work on the same code. Okay, now if number of developers are working on the same code or same scripts or any ETL code, then there should be a tracking system which can track who, which developer has made the what kind of changes. So that versioning can easily maintain with the help of the Bitbucket tool. So it can be easily identify that what kind of changes are made by the XYZ developer, what kind of changes are made by the ABC developer, etc., etc. So that helps to to keep the track of the changes, and that helps the senior management to understand, or team lead to understand who is doing what kind of changes. And based on that, he can approve the changes or decline the changes. Okay. So this is the Bitbucket tool. Then most commonly tool used in the software industry, that is a JIRA tool. So this is also the one of the project management tool where you can track the different kind of tasks, bugs, user stories, sprint progress, etc. etc. So generally JIRA I have used while testing the ETL, while doing the testing in the ETL projects. Like there might be a what happens. Uh, there might be a one team who is developing the code, and uh, there might be another team who is testing the code. So that testing team can raise their bugs or raise their any kind of what you can say user stories, and then they might assign it to the some other developer that see these are the issues in your code. These things are not working properly, or uh, output is expected in this way, but the output is not coming in that way, or what we can say the if there is any kind of error in your output. So whatever bugs are there, so testing team can raise the bugs on the Jira platform, and they can assign it uh, to the whatever developer are there in the another team. So that whole progress, then suppose the ABC team member assign it to the XYZ team member, then that XYZ team member can work and that can work on that, can write the comment on that. See, he these are the issues, and I have fixed this. Then again, he pass it to the testing team members. And then in this way, this is kind of communication between the different teams to sort out the issues and let the project run successfully. Okay, so this is the Jira tool, which is being generally used for the project management purpose. Okay. Then there is a one more tool just in my previous project I used first time, that is the Confluence tool. So Confluence is a document management tool, you can say, generally used for the documentation purpose. So it's like the your Microsoft Word, but this but this tool fully deploy on the cloud. So just like in the we used to make the FRS document or STTM document or whatever other kind of project related documents, so that all the documents you can uh, all the kind of documents you can prepare on the Confluence tool, which provide the same kind of user interface and the platform, just like the Microsoft Word. But it also provides some extra feature, like it helps you to maintain the versioning, which developer has or which particular team member has made the what kind of changes. Then as soon as you made the changes, the alert signal goes to the your uh, team lead or anybody you want to send the alerts. That can be easily done with the help of this Confluence tool. Suppose once you made some changes, and you want you you want that changes should be reviewed by some senior team member or your team lead, then uh, you can easily send such uh, kind of email alert to your team members, or you can notify them. So that kind of notification system is available on the Confluence tool. So automatically, if you notify to your team lead, then team lead can see the changes and he can approve or decline the changes. Okay. So this is just like the Microsoft Word tool where you can design different kind of documents. Then there is a one more tool related with the testing, that is the qTest tool. So in my previous project only I have used this qTest tool. So qTest is a testing management tool where uh, all the kind of test cases you can manage. Also, you can track the different kind of test execution results, their screenshots, comments, whatever the things related to the testing. That everything can be maintained on the qTest tool. And also, you can link the bugs from the Jira to the qTest tool. Okay. So, suppose somebody has raised some, bugs on the Jira. Okay. So you can link that bug number or test case number to the test cases which you are maintaining on the qTest tool. So basically, the qTest is to maintain the all the test cases and the uh, result of different test cases. So this is generally get used in the while you are doing the SIT testing or UAT testing. So if you want the details about this, I can provide you. Okay. Then the next important tool is the Windchill. So this is also the I have used in my previous project. So this is generally used for the code deployment purpose. Okay. So in case of ETL projects, you have to work in the different environment. Like in the development environment, you develop the code. Then once the development is complete, then you have to deploy that code into the QA environment. So then after the QA, you have the production environment. So in order to deploy the code from one environment to the another environment, so this Windchill tool is get utilized. Okay. So using the Windchill tool, what happens? You have to uh, you have to you know upload all your what you can say the jobs and the code of the jobs, and then the senior members will approve that, and then only this code can be deployed into the higher environment. Okay, so this is the Windchill, mostly utilized for the code deployment purpose, not just for the ETL code, but also code related with the SQL codes also. Okay, then next important tool is the RPA tool. So this is the mostly and most important tool in the ETL field, generally in the migration ETL project. So RPA stands for the robotic process automation, and this is generally used to convert the code from legacy Informatica to the modern Informatica. Means generally whatever assets being developed previously in the PowerCenter, that asset can be easily converted into the IICS format. Okay, this let me explain you shortly about this. So legacy tool means the first ETL tool that is the developed in 1993 by Informatica. That is the Informatica PowerCenter. Okay, that is the ETL tool generally used for the uh, extract, transform, and loading purpose. Now, number of projects already being developed from the 1993 till now in the Informatica PowerCenter. But there are a lot of limitation of Informatica PowerCenter. So, what are that limitation and what are the advantage of IICs that already I explained in my previous video. You can watch my previous video on my YouTube channel. Uh, so now whatever the projects already being developed in the PowerCenter, now most of the companies want to migrate their project into the IICs because IICs is the cloud version, the Informatica. So there are a lot of benefits are there by using the Informatica Intelligent Cloud Services as compared to the PowerCenter. Now they want to migrate from the PowerCenter tool to the IICS tool. Now migrating from PowerCenter to the IICS by writing all the code from existing PowerCenter to the IICS, it's very time consuming. So in order to save your time, there is a one tool in the market that is the robotic process automation. So this tool does what? This tool convert your around 85 to 90% ETL code which you have already written in the PowerCenter, and it convert it into the format which is compatible with the IICS. So most of the effort of converting your existing PowerCenter code into the IICS is get saved. Okay, and not this is the most important role played by the RPA tool. Apart from that, apart from this, there are other uh, tasks can also be done by the RPA tool. That is nothing but the reconciliation. So once your code get migrated from PowerCenter to the IICS, once your code get converted from PowerCenter to IICS with the help of the RPA tool, you can compare your developed code with your PowerCenter code also. Okay, whether the codes are matching or not. Understood. So that is the one more important thing. That is the reconciliation. So along with the reconciliation and conversion of code from PowerCenter to the IICS, there are number of 15 to 20 benefits of RP are there. So if you want a separate video on the RP, I can also provide that. Okay. So apart from this technical tool, there are some communication tools generally you have to use while you are working in the IT industry. And that tool is nothing but the Microsoft Teams, which I think every IT industry teams are following the Microsoft team tool to communication purpose. So whatever the meetings are happening, onshore meeting, offshore meeting, daily stand-up meetings. So everywhere the Microsoft team tool is get utilized. So if you are freshers and trying to enter into the IT industry, so you can just practice how to use these tools also. Okay, so this is the one of the important tool generally used for the it is just like the chatting kind of tool use daily life. Okay, and along with the Microsoft team, there is a Zoom tool is also get utilized. So that is generally utilized for the same kind of requirement. Just like Microsoft Teams get utilized in the similar way, Zoom tool is also utilized for the communication purpose as well as the interview purpose and all the things related to the communication being get handled by the Microsoft Teams and the Zoom tool. Okay, so I hope guys you have got the brief idea about the what kind of tools you should be aware while working in the ETL projects. So if you want the details on any of these tools, you can comment in the comment section. I will try to give the more information on this in the upcoming video. Okay. So thanks for watching. So if you like this video, please share it with your friends so that they can also help. Please share it with your students and colleagues. Okay. So that's it from the today's video. Thanks all of you.